Okay, here we go. Welcome back to Funguy The Entertainer Cooks for You. Today we had our first 60 plus degree day. We hit 62 degrees today. Had some sunshine out there. So I decided I'm going to cook on the grill. We had a sale at the Piggly Wiggly, on T-bone steaks and Porterhouse. Porterhouse, same price as T-bone. That is a nice deal. So I picked up, I suppose I should turn this on. I picked up 3 beautiful Porterhouse steaks, as you can see. And I'm going to show you the best way to do this. Before you start the grill, move over. Before you start the grill, what you're going to want to do is bring the meat out of the refrigerator, season the meat, put the meat in the microwave just so, you know, it's not sitting on the counter where, you see in my back, I have cats, can get at it. Then you start the grill. That way the meat warms up a little bit. If you take it straight out of the refrigerator, you can cook frozen meat, you can cook refrigerated meat, but if it's at room temperature or closer to room temperature, it will cook better. All right. So basically what you're going to need is your personal choice of seasonings. Today, I am using Grill Mates Brown Sugar Bourbon. I think that is really, really awesome to put on porterhouses. You notice I did get the porterhouse. For those of you who do not know the difference, this is the part that makes it a porterhouse right here. Okay? If you buy a regular T-bone, this piece of meat's probably only about yay big. So this is the extra part that makes it a porterhouse. Okay? Now, I probably shouldn't tell you this because then you might buy all the porterhouse when they're there and leave me scrambling, but it's good to know the difference between the cuts. Fortunately, it actually says it right on the label, so it's really not that hard to figure out. But the porterhouse is a little bit more tender. If you've ever had prime rib, you'll know that the part close to the bone and then a section away from the bone is a lot more tender than the middle part. The middle part's firmer. It's just obviously good flavor there, but firmer or softer is more tender. Makes sense, right? So what you're going to do, and you're also going to need something to tenderize the meat with. I have an actual meat tenderizer. You can use a fork. Before I bought this, I used a fork. It can be done. It's just a little slower. So what you're going to do is you're going to sprinkle your seasonings on the meat. You want halfway decent covering. You don't want to smother it, unless, of course, you like smothering it. Again, when I tell you about seasonings, I'm going about what I like and what my family likes and what my friends like. So I cook my way. You can take my recipes and modify them to fit you. That's what's so cool about this. I'm not telling you it's the only way to do it. I'm just showing you my way of doing it. Now you only have to season one side. You can season both, but one side is sufficient. And then of course, so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I get any better. There we go. When you do this after the seasoning goes on there, and of course make sure you don't hit your fingers. That hurts really, really, really bad. And of course you get blood on the meat, and you know, if it's your piece of meat, I suppose it doesn't matter because you just put your blood back. No, don't do that. Make sure you don't hit your fingers. Once you do this, this helps tenderize the meat also. Not that T-bones and porterhouses really need tenderizing, but I'll tell you something, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and when you do tenderize a T-bone or a porterhouse, it is incredible. Now, I do tenderize both sides. So, not only that, when you do this to both sides, you cut down on the amount of trays you have. So, let me show you the trick that I do. I came up with a solution to this problem where you see I move around. I'm moving. When you're cooking, you're moving. And I'm trying to make this so we have a better view of when I'm cooking and working and stuff, instead of me jerking around so much and having a better camera view. I'm just trying to find the camera holder that I want. It has to be able to be above me, looking down. Obviously, when you watch a cooking show on TV, they have a full studio with, hydraulic and light stands, and everything moves, you know. I can't do that because I'm doing this all by myself. I don't have a crew doing the work for me. So, notice I turned everything over. So you can see that, see, now everything is covered. Then, like I said, since I have cats, I'm going to put it in the microwave. And what I'll do now is I'll go out and start the grill. You don't need to see me how I start a grill. I use a charcoal grill. I use, it's called a Weber Silver. It has small propane canisters, not the full giant size ones, that screw up into it so that you can start your charcoal. Because charcoal, trust me people, if all you have is a gas grill, that's fine. But once you've cooked with charcoal or even wood, I know some people that I've had their food on wood and it is incredible, but I don't have the time or the patience to go to wood. Charcoal is fantastic. You can use lighter fluid. The problem with lighter fluid is certain recipes that I cook on a grill require me to sear the meat while the flames are still up. And if the flames are still up while you've used starting fluid, you can sometimes taste the starting fluid in the food, so I don't like that. So I use the little propane gas canisters to ignite the charcoal. Makes a huge difference. As long as you've got good clean burners, you don't ever taste the propane in the meat. Alrighty, so I'm going to put us on pause here, and then once the grill is ready, then I'll take the food out, show you how to put it on the grill, because there's a whole process for doing this. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, took the meat out of the microwave. Remember, it wasn't being cooked in the microwave, it was just being stored in there so the cats don't get to it. The meat's now closer to room temperature. It takes about 12 to 15 minutes for the grill to get ready. We're gonna now go outside. Surprise, surprise, spring, April showers. We got some showers going on, so we're gonna try to get out there before, you know, it turns into some serious rain. And we'll show you what we've got here. Okay, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure your charcoal is basically at the coal level. You'll see it's very hot at this point. Because what you want, oh, and I left tongs inside, but you're going to want to put two of them right over the heat. Just like that. See, they're right over the heat. What you are doing is you are searing the meat. It helps keep the juices in when we cook it. We're not going to cook it on the coals. Now, it only takes a minute and a half to 2 minutes to sear that meat when it's that hot. It's very, very, very quick. So let me grab my grill tongs. That's pretty silly because I knew I needed them. I should have been more prepared. Okay. Let's go back out here. Oh yeah, see, we've got flames coming up here. I don't really like flames. Flames burn the meat versus searing the meat. So I'm going to pull it away from there. It's probably because of the fat. Yes, it is. But look, that's already seared. So that was only like a minute. So we're going to turn these over real quick. Sear the other side. Because of how hot this is, it's going to go really, really, really fast. As I'm sure you can hear, I live off of a fairly major road. So you're hearing the traffic as it goes by. It is, of course, you know, after work hours, people are coming home from work. Okay. Again, this is going really fast because the flames kicked up. But see, that's ready already. Move it off the flames. Put it off to the side and put the porterhouse part away from the hot coals because you want the porterhouse to be medium rare to medium when you're cooking, because it's so tender you don't want to ruin it by overcooking it. And of course we just had a truck go by, which was really fun. Now this one is also going to go very fast. We'll stand here. What does it is the fat layer right here. T-bones and porterhouses always have an outside fat layer. You can only trim it so far. It's also where flavor comes in, so I don't trim it any more than this. I suppose this could have been trimmed here a little bit better by hand once I got the meat. But you know, when they're doing this at the grocery store, they do it fairly quickly and they don't want to waste any of the good stuff. All right. Yeah, look how fast that was. That was like a minute. So be prepared for sometimes it to go very, very, very quickly. And then what we're going to do, this last piece will go here on the grill. That way it's not over the direct heat, it'll be indirect heated this time. I'm actually going to use my tongs. I have another set of tongs for moving the charcoal down there. A little farther over yet. And then basically it's going to work like a convection oven. That's what Weber grills are known for. Because if you cook it over that, this will burn. See, that's perfect already. So we're going to put this over here. And then I'm going to grab my other set of tongs. And just stick it through here. Push it. Doesn't have to go much. We're talking, 2 inches tops. See, now if you look, let's get over this a bit. See, there's a gap here. So none of the meat is directly over the coals. That's what you want. Then you put the lid on. Make sure your lid opening is open. It's going to get warm. If you close it, the coals will go out and it will cool off. You think that it will keep all the heat in there, but it needs oxygen. When the coals are this hot, this is going to get up to 400 degrees in literally 2 or 3 minutes. We just put the lid on there. It's already up. Look at that. It's at 325, 350, coming up on 375. Actually, this might get all the way up to 450 because it's so hot. So, and that's what you want. You want it to be hot, but away from the charcoal. That, since you seared the meat, the juices will stay in the meat. That is exactly what you want. Okay, I'll come back in a little bit and we'll turn the meat about 5 minutes before it's done. The entire process of cooking on a grill, this size steak, is probably only about 15 to 18 minutes. All right, so we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, as you can see, it got a lot hotter than it normally does. It's like at 475, so it's going pretty quick. So instead of 15 to 18 minutes, I'm thinking it's going to be more like 13 to 15 minutes. So I came out here already, and we're going to turn it over. Oh yeah, look how good that looks. So, and again, keep the porterhouse part away from the hot. Oh, that looks really good. It even feels good. This is, and you can see how the coals are all nice and gray now. That's what you want. Still got the orange in there, so it's still throwing off a lot of heat. So this is literally going to be ready in about 6 more minutes. Then we'll come back. Okay. By the way, that's Ashley. She's saying hi. Well, actually, she's scratching herself now, but she said hi just before I turned the power on. So we're going to head on outside and pull the steaks off the grill. I have a steak platter and my tongs are already out there. So I'll switch on the other camera once I get out there and you'll see what we're talking about. Okay, we're outside again. It's been cooking for about 12 minutes. Got my platter ready. Look at the temperature is still at like 475, which is really warm. So I'm anticipating that these are done already. We like, my wife likes her steak done a little bit extra. So what I do is I put hers right over the heat for just, a minute and a half or whatever. My brother-in-law and myself both like ours medium rare. Well, medium to medium rare. And that's what these look like right now. So these are perfect. So I'm going to put this on the platter. As you can see, nice and hot and steamy. Temperature's dropping out here quickly because the rain came in. It's dropped 10 degrees since I started cooking, which is amazing. Oh yeah, see, that looks really good, doesn't it? We'll just give it another 30 seconds on this side to make sure that it's... My wife likes medium well, which is really kind of funny because I married a farm girl and she used to eat cannibal sandwiches. I don't know if you remember those, but that's basically raw hamburger and onion on, like Melba toast or rye bread or something like that. Never thought anything about it. Just popped it right in her mouth and ate it. And once we got married and I started cooking and stuff like that, she wants all her food cooked. Won't even eat sushi, and she loves seafood. All right, make sure it's not, yeah, see, that looks perfect. That's what she wants. She wants that nice brown look on the outside without it being burnt. So we're good. Now I'm going to close the grill off, shut my vents. That way the coals last. And we're all done out here. We'll head back inside. Okay, and we are back. As you see, that's ready. I've got some pasta cooking there. Into my dinner. I've got vegetables in the microwave. Cheating today, just eating green beans out of a can. I've got fresh ones, but I didn't have time. So once again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends. That helps so much. So hope you enjoy your meal. And this is Funguy the Entertainer cooking for you.